What's up, man? How you doing? You guys good?
Yes, we're doing awesome. First off, Rod, I want to go back to your college days when before you got drafted. You finished your college career at Missouri Southern State. Did you know that you would get the opportunity to play in the NFL?
Well, you know what? I didn't. I was just hoping I did, man. I was praying and no, I didn't get my name called on draft day. I watched the draft and I remember laying on the couch and I was kind of disappointed, but I did get a phone call from the Broncos about being a free agent and I was excited.
Right. Now, as a free agent in 1994, you could decide which team that you sign with.
Yes.
Why did you select the Broncos?
You know what? I actually talked to my agent, which is the crazy part is my agent, Jack Mills. I had never met him ever in my life.
What?
And he actually lived in
How'd you do
Boulder.
that?
And he looked up and down the roster of a few other teams in the Broncos. And I said, listen, I'm just go to Denver. I said, I want to try to get a chance to make the team. And he thought Denver was the best choice. And that's what we chose, man. And it worked out great. I'm still here, 20 plus years later.
Wow, that's amazing, man. You went from being an undrafted free agent to becoming the Broncos' all-time leading receiver receptions with 849, receiving yards 11,389, and receiving touchdowns 68. Now, what do you think of the Broncos' selection of Alabama wide receiver Jerry Jeudy in the first round yesterday?
Man, I asked Alfred Williams. He called me earlier this week. He said, man, what do you think between this receiver and that receiver? I said, man, if we can get Jerry Jeudy. And he said, why? I said, I've never seen a guy run that fast, don't break stride, and cut on a dime. I said, those are great route runners. He's one of the top route runners in college. He's more polished. I can see him making an instant impact, and that's the stuff I was telling Alfred. And the cool thing is I actually talked to him today. I actually got his number. I called him. Today is his birthday.
Awesome.
And I told him, man, listen, man, we're looking forward to you coming to Colorado. And I know for a fact, this is a fact right here. I said, our fans are going to show you so much love, man. You're going to be amazed at how the fans in Denver, Colorado treat you. And he said he's looking forward to getting in and getting to work.
Wow. Well, you were a free agent. You had a certain mindset to, get to where you got to. What would you tell a guy like Jerry Jeudy, being a first-round draft pick, that he needs to do to come in there and have the same success that you had?
You know what? It's kind of probably like his freshman year at school. In Alabama, man, they got a roster full of guys. They put out tons of pros every year, and I'm sure he played behind somebody who's probably in the league right now, or probably two or three of them, right? Two or three guys on his team, and the receiver got drafted, pretty much two of them already, so that's just the way it works, man. And I think that'll humble you, and you got to go back there. For him to be a 15th pick of the draft to come to the Broncos, and I know for a fact he's hungry to make an instant impact. But if you just come humble yourself and kind of just take it in, understand that everybody's got speed, everybody's got skills, and put in that work, he'll see himself rising very, very quickly. A lot of guys come in and they look at their draft status, and we've seen this. Draft status don't necessarily mean anything. Yourself, first round pick, Hall of Famer, but that's rare. A lot of those guys don't pan out, based off of the draft pick. And I think he can come in and be humble enough to put that work in.
Yeah. Now, how do you think the Broncos' current players feel about this pick? I've seen some videos of some of the guys, but can you explain the enthusiasm that these guys may feel?
You know what? Especially, I saw Vaughn. Vaughn was the first one I saw. I saw Vaughn jumping up and down like he got drafted again. I saw where, well, of course, Drew Lock was talking about, hey, man, let's get the playbook tonight. I got everything ready. I saw Cortland talking about stuff. One thing about being on a team is you want as many great pieces to that team as you can get. And this team in the last couple of years, we've dissembled some guys who were here when we were winning, and now we got to fill those holes again and bringing in some of these young guys, man. I'm really excited, to have your Phillip Lindsay, third year, Cortland Sutton, third year, Drew Lock, second year. Here's Jerry Jeudy come in. You got Noah Fant. You got Melvin Gordon. Man, we got some people, some young guys that I think they'll click quickly because they all played in a pro-style offense. And when you get that on your team, you get excited.
Yeah. Now, are there any other areas on the team that you're hoping will be addressed either today or tomorrow in the draft?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? We always got to address up front, man. I think we did that a little bit on defensive line up front with free agent stuff. There's going to be other free agent moves, I'm sure. But offensive line, you can never have too many great offensive linemen. We need some hungry, some guys that are aggressive. I think we did great there last year with Ryson. We did a great job with him, and he panned out excellent. And that's what you want, man. You want somebody who, they're not coming in as a rookie. They're coming in to make an impact. And we're going to have to do that, especially on the back end. I think we did good in the free agency on the back end with some of the DBs. And I know we're going to need, to me, what I think we always need as well is more fast linebackers. And why is that? Because nowadays you got to cover Kelsey, man. You got to cover,
Right.
you got to cover these tight ends who are basically like big receivers, and these guys can ball. And you got to have fast linebackers, not only to covering backs and tight ends, but to also to cover on your special teams. Those backup linebackers are guys who can really make the team. And so some of you guys who are maybe backup or tweeners, man, this is a good time for you today, especially with the draft coming up.
Yeah. Well, Rod, thank you so much, man. Always a pleasure. You're a well of knowledge. We appreciate your friendship. We'll see you soon.
Absolutely, man. Anytime I get on with the Hall of Famer, I'm all for it. So I'm waiting on you to go in so I can go over there and cry.
You need to be in there too.
Definitely appreciate you, man.
All right. Back to you, Alexis.